There's a feeling familiar to almost every expert. You're a talented designer, a brilliant coder, a dedicated teacher. You've spent years, maybe decades, honing your craft, but your impact feels contained, limited to a single classroom, a single team, a single client list. Your income is a direct trade for your time, and there's a hard ceiling on both. But what if there was another path? What if you could build a six-figure business teaching what you love without ever showing your face? In a world dominated by personality-driven influencers and the pressure to build a personal brand, this sounds like a paradox. The creator economy, we're told, runs on charisma, on being seen. But a new model is emerging, one built not on a public persona, but on pure expertise. It's a quiet revolution, led by a new kind of entrepreneur, the Faceless Educator. Today, we're breaking down the exact blueprint of one such creator, an anonymous expert who transformed knowledge into a thriving online course business. This isn't luck, it's strategy, value, and the future of work. If you're ready to build a career on your terms, subscribe to Gen Shift. Because the next economy won't just be built by those who are loudest, it will be built by those who are smartest. 1. From expert to entrepreneur, finding the niche and building the curriculum. Our protagonist is an expert, a professional with deep, hard-won knowledge. For our story, we'll call them the architect. Like many in our audience, the architect felt the friction of a traditional career path. They saw the potential of the internet to amplify their impact and secure their financial future, but they had zero interest in becoming an influencer. The idea of managing a personal brand, performing for an algorithm, and opening their life to public scrutiny was a non-starter. So they made a pivotal strategic decision to build a business where their work was the brand. Their anonymity wasn't a limitation. It was the foundation of their entire strategy. A creator who relies on their personality can build an audience first, then figure out what to sell them. The architect had no such luxury. Without a face, they couldn't lead with charisma. They had to lead with an undeniable solution to a painful problem. This forced them to be relentlessly market-centric from day one. Their first task was to find a profitable niche, but not by simply following their passion. Instead, they approached it like an engineer. They started by mapping out their core competencies, then cross-referenced them with market data, searching for a gap. A topic with high search demand from people willing to pay for a solution, but a noticeable lack of high-quality, structured resources. They didn't just look for what was popular, they looked for what was poorly served. Their research pointed to a hyper-specific subfield, something like AI-driven prompt engineering for digital marketing agencies or cybersecurity essentials for freelance web developers. These are the kinds of niches where professionals desperately need up-to-date skills to stay competitive, making them willing to invest in quality education. By identifying a high-value problem for a specific audience, the architect had found the bedrock for their business. With the niche validated, the next step was to transform their expertise into a product. This is where most aspiring course creators fail. They simply dump information. The architect understood that the value isn't just in the information itself, but in its structure. They meticulously designed a curriculum based on a core principle, transformation. They began by defining the end goal, the specific measurable outcome a student would achieve after completing the course. Then they worked backward, breaking down their complex knowledge into a series of logical, sequential modules. Each module was a self-contained unit, a block of knowledge designed to deliver a tangible skill or a critical insight. The course wasn't a lecture, it was a roadmap. It was a guided journey from point A to point B, with each lesson serving as a stepping stone. This methodical approach, rooted in instructional design, ensured the final product wasn't just a collection of videos, but a premium learning experience. The curriculum itself became the primary marketing asset, a testament to the quality and rigor that defined the brand. The foundation was set. 2. The digital toolkit, creation, marketing, and scaling. With a solid blueprint in hand, the architect moved from planning to execution. The creation process was streamlined and focused. Using accessible tools, screen recording software like OBS, a quality USB microphone, and a video editor, they began producing the course content. The focus was never on flashy production, but on absolute clarity. The visuals were clean, the audio was crisp, and every explanation was concise. In a faceless brand, the voice becomes a critical element of identity. It's the only truly personal touch point. The architect cultivated a vocal delivery that was clear, confident, and authoritative, establishing a recognizable audio signature that built subconscious trust. But a great product is useless if no one knows it exists. This is where the faceless model required a fundamentally different approach to marketing. Without a personality to drive engagement, the architect couldn't rely on viral trends or personal vlogs. Instead, they built a sophisticated, automated system we can call a value-first funnel. This system was designed to build trust with a cold audience by giving away immense value for free, long before ever asking for a sale. The top of the funnel wasn't powered by paid ads, but by powerful search engine optimized content. The architect created a library of free resources, in-depth blog posts, short video tutorials on YouTube, and downloadable PDF guides, all designed to answer the specific questions their target audience was typing into Google. Each piece of free content was a masterclass in itself, demonstrating their expertise and providing a genuine solution to a small piece of the larger problem their course solved. This strategy established the brand as a credible authority and generated a consistent flow of organic traffic from people actively seeking help. As users consumed the free content, they were invited to the middle of the funnel, a private community like a Discord server or a dedicated forum on their website. This was the trust-building engine. Here, the architect, still under their alias, engaged directly with their audience. They answered questions, offered feedback, and facilitated discussions. This wasn't about being a celebrity. It was about being a helpful, accessible expert. By fostering a community around shared learning, they built deep, authentic relationships and solidified their authority, all without revealing their identity. Only when that trust was firmly established did a user encounter the bottom of the funnel, the offer for the premium course. By this point, the sale felt like the natural next step. The audience had already experienced the quality of the architect's teaching and witnessed their expertise firsthand. The course wasn't a blind purchase, it was an investment in a proven guide. The initial revenue was proof of concept, but real freedom came from scaling. The architect didn't cash out, they reinvested every dollar back into the business. They automated their email sequences and marketing workflows using platforms like ConvertKit or MailChimp, creating systems that nurtured leads and drove sales 24/7. Once the processes were refined and documented, they made their first key hires, a freelance video editor to handle post-production and a virtual assistant to manage customer service and administrative tasks. This was the critical leap. By delegating and automating, the architect decoupled their time from the business's operations, allowing them to focus exclusively on high-level strategy and creating new courses. They weren't just building a job for themselves, they were building a scalable, self-sustaining machine. 3. The new paradigm, the power of anonymity and pure expertise. The architect's journey from a constrained expert to a successful anonymous entrepreneur isn't just an inspiring story, it represents a powerful new paradigm in the creator economy. By choosing anonymity, they unlocked a set of strategic advantages that are often invisible to those chasing the spotlight. First, there is the profound freedom from the relentless pressure of personal brand management. There is no need to perform authenticity, no fear of public criticism, feeling like a personal attack, and no burnout from being always on. This mental space allows for a singular focus on what truly matters, the quality of the content and the health of the business. According to recent surveys, this resonates deeply with Gen Z, with 72% stating they care more about content quality than whether the creator is visible. Second, this model offers unparalleled flexibility. A personal brand is intrinsically tied to one person. If that person wants to pivot to a new field, they risk confusing or alienating their audience. A faceless brand, however, is an asset independent of its founder. The architect could launch an entirely new brand in a different niche tomorrow, applying the same proven blueprint without any conflict. This transforms the business from a personal platform into a portfolio of sellable assets. Ultimately, the rise of the Faceless Educator is a powerful counter-narrative to the cult of the influencer. It challenges the very definition of authority online. For years, authority was conflated with visibility and follower counts. This new model repositions expertise as the true source of value. It proves that you don't need to be famous to be trusted. You need to be good. This directly validates the growing skepticism among younger audiences who are tired of inauthentic, overly commercialized influencer content and crave substance over style. This isn't a rejection of authenticity. It's a redefinition of it. In a digital world saturated with performative vulnerability, the faceless model proposes that the highest form of authenticity is delivering pure, unadulterated value. The success of the business is a direct and undeniable measure of the creator's effort and expertise. It cannot be faked. This high-effort authenticity is a signal of genuine commitment that resonates far more deeply than a curated personal post. As more professionals seek to leverage their skills online without sacrificing their privacy, and as audiences become more sophisticated in their search for real knowledge, this trend is set to accelerate. The future of the creator economy may belong not to the most visible, but to the most valuable. Conclusion. The story of the architect is more than just a case study. It's a blueprint. It demonstrates that a six-figure business can be built on the foundation of knowledge alone. It proves that your expertise is your most powerful asset and that you don't need to become an influencer to build an empire. For the millions of experts who want to share their skills, create impact, and build financial freedom on their terms, the Faceless Educator model offers a sustainable, focused, and deeply authentic path forward. It's a blueprint for a future-proof career. What skill would you build a course around? Let us know in the comments below. And for more deep dives into building a career in the new economy, make sure you subscribe to GenShift.